Who or what is this Coronation Reaper? Princess Anne's Plume of Doom, and Harry wears a custom made, bespoke Dior suit. And did the Queen actually call Meghan evil in public before she passed? Inquiring minds need to know. This Reaper looking thing is really creepy. I mean, how did this person get past the multiple redundant iron rings of security? The Coronation is one of the most secure places on planet Earth. Some are saying this is a burger or one of the monks who works at the cathedral. I'm not buying it. This is just creepy. It's not like the other priests and monks were like, oh yeah, it'll be fine if you walk around wearing that during the coronation. It could be an evil spirit, like an apparition. Irregardless of whatever it is a sign, and I think we should take it that way. I do believe that King Charles's reign will be short. He's obviously not in great health. Next, we have the Plume of Doom. This reminds me of something. What is it? It escapes me for now. Was this intentional? I kind of think that it was, but we'll ask the cards. Next, we have Harry, wearing a specially made bespoke Dior suit that was immediately advertised by Dior following Harry's very brief appearance at the coronation. Whose idea was this? I mean, this smells like Meghan, but I'm curious to see Harry's participation in this debacle. We also have a report that the Queen called Meghan evil several months before her passing. So the Queen was hosting a dinner party at Balmoral. After dinner and over drinks, she was chatting with a small group of guests, and she explained that Harry meeting Meghan had become a complete catastrophe, and then described Meghan as evil. Let's take a look at some of these things. Good day, YouTubers. Welcome back to my channel. Time for a spot of royalty. I'm Joseph Magi, author of Playing Card Divination, Fortune Telling, The Magi Method. As always, find the book worldwide on Amazon and Kindle and paperback versions. Find the full color card deck used here on Etsy/Magi Method. Don't forget to smash that like button. Subscribe if you haven't been subscribed. Subscribe if you've been unsubscribed, because I think a lot of people have been unsubscribed. So let's get right into it, and comment if you want. So who was that Grim Reaper? I mean, talk about creepy. I don't believe that's someone from the clergy. I honestly wonder if that's a spirit. How did someone looking like that get in? So let's just let's do a Celtic cross and see if we can suss out who is this Grim Reaper looking person, because that's really odd. And people see UFOs and they film them and they're like, oh yeah, that's just a weather balloon. Yeah, right. Because I've seen UFOs, and I saw them off the coast of Mexico, and that's the only time I've ever seen them, off the coast of Cancun. Never seen them anywhere else. And I spent a lot of time in Arizona in places where people do see UFOs. But the thing about UFOs is they move like nothing on our planet is able to move. They move, the ones I saw, they move like they have anti-gravity. That's how they move. They move like gravity does not affect them at all. So who was this Grim Reaper? Let's take a look. Heart. Handcuffs. Scourge. Odd. Okay. Executioner. Angel. Spirit. I'm kind of leaning towards spirit. Stop cutting. And the long road. An evil spirit. So who is this? So we have incubus, succubus. That's an evil spirit. This is spirit. This is an evil spirit. Heart. We have executioner. Cuts off the head. We have fox. Very clever. We have full stop. We have no. Let's read it. Ace of Hearts. So this can be a heart condition. Charles has a heart condition. And, Scourge is like the beating of his heart.
So Charles may be suffering from a heart condition, which he has those very swollen hands. Okay, and that's high blood pressure, and I was thinking congestive heart failure. High blood pressure leading to congestive heart failure. Because people who don't get out enough, don't exercise enough. I mean, I can't see Charles going and playing pickleball. He shows up at the local pickleball and they're like, oh, it's King Charles, and they just never leave him alone. He doesn't actually get to play pickleball because everybody's asking for selfies and an autograph. It's ridiculous. So, I mean, he doesn't get out a lot except for meetings and, doing royal things. And then people would say, well, why is King Charles playing pickleball? Why isn't he running our, the Commonwealth and England? Shouldn't he be busy doing the work of the people? So this looks like he's having a problem with his heart. 6-2 diamonds. He's having a problem with his heart. He's under the care of a physician. Fox is a good physician card because it's very wise. The Fox is very wise, and it's dealing very holistically. The female cards deal very holistically. The male cards go right for it, and they're able to focus very well. And the female cards, they take more. They take kind of everything into account, and they move the pieces around more. So, like a doctor would be considering all of the different impacts on Charles that the heart would cause very analytically. The Fox is very analytical. Executioner cuts the head off. This could happen, a very sudden event. How long does it take to cut the head off? Very fast. It just happens all of a sudden, and it's very devastating, very powerful. Water into wine. Things completely transform. The situation completely transforms. So angel is a spirit, and it's an evil spirit, and it's talking about stopping, cutting. Everything changes. This looks like a heart condition, man, and over the long term. So outcome is very heavy or over the long term. So this looks to me like it was actually an evil spirit, because how would someone like that, dressed like that, get in unless they were already there? They camped out for several weeks. They're staying in the abbey, like in the bell tower, and they have like a hunched back, and there's a very tiny woman who's trying to turn him into like a good person, and oh wait, that's the Phantom of the Opera. Okay. Or the Hunchback of Notre Dame. I have seen the Phantom of the Opera, I think. No, I saw anyway, on Broadway I saw one of them. Yeah, so I think it's an evil spirit that is telling Charles that he's not long for the world, and he has a heart condition. His edema and swollen hands has maybe, and I'm not a doctor, I'm an accountant, and a card reader apparently. And so that's what I think it is. I think it was an evil spirit. So was the plume blockage intended? Was it planned? Let's look at the royals, which includes Princess Anne and Harry. Was this all very carefully planned? Because it's hilarious. I mean, it's not like they weren't on social media seeing all the memes and how popular and funny and how much people enjoyed Meghan being blocked by the candle. 10 hearts. Very emotional. So, I mean, they're aware of that for sure. And they have people who just surf their social media and actually get paid to do this. I think they're 16 years old and they chew gum very loudly, in all likelihood. But they're paid well. So let's see. Royals and Harry. Was this blockage intentional? Royals, secret. Harry. Funny. And then we had this fallout. So did the royals plan this? Here's the king right in the middle. The royals are right in the middle. Very secretly, and the worst possible result. 23, 30, 8 diamonds, everything. I'm going to say yes. They planned this behind the scenes. It's just too funny. They planned it behind the scenes to really create a bad impression for Harry. It's very kind of, it's really silly and funny, but people remember stuff like this. People really loved the candle in front of Meghan, and it was just circulated everywhere. Memes are very powerful. Harry, executioner, he was... Circumstances beyond his control occurred. The executioner is very powerful. They just sat him behind Princess Anne. This is all about being part of the family, and he's there to make an appearance. 10 and 23, family, family, family. Okay, and money. Family, 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 and money. He's part of the royal family, and they got him. They got him. And 10 spades, and there was just nothing he could do about it. He's just behind this giant Plume, and there's just nothing he could do about it. So it absolutely was planned. Woman made a big change. Yep, and it's playing on the emotional heartstrings, because the video and tells a visual story. It tells a visual, emotional story. What? There's a card hiding behind here. The woman very careful, planning to make a big change. So it's confirmed. 24, 6 spades to harm. Kind of selfish to harm. Negative 6 spades, the incubus succubus. So absolutely this was planned. It's as simple as, wait, let's just sit Harry behind Princess Anne, and people will love it. It'll just be hilarious, And if it doesn't go off perfectly, like if he switches seats or something, which I'm sure they're not allowed to do for security reasons and all kinds of reasons, but it's just great. I mean, if he kicks up a big fuss about it, like what's the deal with this giant plume? It works for them. And no matter what he does, it works. So we have Harry wearing this Dior suit that was designed and custom tailored just for him, which I guess that's why it's so unattractive and rumpled looking, because people were not impressed with it. They're like, maybe he slept in it before he came. So let's look. Whose idea was this? To merch. That's what Meghan does. Meghan or Harry. Whose idea was it? I want to see the interplay here. I want to see if Harry is because Harry is showing he's really involved now. Like he's so dumb that he's involved in his own execution. Meghan, who's behind this? Meghan, all the people reacting. Yeah. Harry, strength. Oh, and 7 diamonds. Oh, interesting. So who's behind this? Well, 4 spades on Harry's side. So finger of God imposed on him. Like this is what you're going to do. Okay, so that's Meghan imposing it on him through the people that they hire, the PR firm. And 4 spades can be just being quiet. Okay, it just doesn't work. I mean, just keeping peace in the household. I mean, is she going to nag him until he would rather throw himself off the garage? Strength. Okay, he's going there. He's part of his family. 11 and 11, 22 for all the people. I think he just kept his mouth shut. They're like, this is what you're going to wear. Okay, because Harry wanted to wear his military outfit. Okay, we even see Andrew wearing special royal garb, and people are saying that's from the, I forget the name of it now, but it's special royal garb, and everybody is. Queen Anne is definitely, she doesn't walk around with a giant purple plume on her hat, with that ridiculous hat on. Okay, it's the pomp and circumstance. That's what he wanted to wear. He was not allowed to do it. He didn't have a choice. Okay, and so then someone else dressed him. Meghan's like, well, you're going to wear this suit. And it was imposed on him. And he just kept his mouth shut. He didn't feel like it was worth arguing, or he couldn't catch up fast enough to what are the ramifications of this. What is going on here with Meghan? Reacting to what people think. Reacting to things. And she did this, definitely. 10 and 11, 21 because of the family. So she is digging in everything she can. She's doing a pap walk. She did a pap walk. She released a picture of Archie. They showed up at the Lakers game in a box. I mean, she's doing everything she can, and this is one of the million things that Meghan is doing to overshadow the coronation and bring attention back to her and Harry. And Harry is just an extension of her. Everything is just an extension of Meghan in Meghan's life. And Harry doesn't matter, and Harry will be thrown away when his usefulness is done. And that goes for the children as well. Heart and Mercury, communication of the heart. 10, 3 diamonds, using everything together. Yeah, it is a communication of the heart for Meghan. Meghan just wants everything to be about her. So it was Meghan's idea, and I think Harry just kept his mouth shut. And he really wanted to wear his military garb, which was not allowed. And so I think he was busy processing how upset he was that he couldn't do that, and probably he was fighting for it or whatever. And and all along behind the scenes, they're working behind the scenes against him. And here's the suit you're going to wear. So did the Queen actually call Meghan evil? Okay, like at her Balmoral dinner party that people could hear, because a lot of stuff comes out. They're so careful about what they say. The Queen is ever so careful about the words that come out of her mouth, because she realizes that the whole world will announce it very, very loudly, much more loudly. Like that candle. I mean, look at the power of that candle. Look at the power of the plume in front of Harry's face. It becomes a meme. It gets its own power, and they realize this. So let's look at the Queen and Meghan. Did she really say that? I mean, I believe she believes it. Queen, Meghan. The Queen saying something like that, Meghan can say, look, I told you they're unconsciously biased. That's racism. It's because there's a single drop of black blood in Meghan's blood somewhere, after all that skin whitening, and it didn't even come out with the skin whitening, because if you look at her from when she was younger to what she looks like now, she looked very different. Her hair was kinky, her skin was darker. She did look a little bit, she looked like almost half black when she was a kid, but now she doesn't look like that at all. And on her resume, she just said she was Caucasian, and she would say things like she's Italian, Greek. It's hard to tell. It's really hard to tell. I mean, I would not look at Meghan and say, oh, she's a black woman. I wouldn't think that at all. So, did the Queen actually say this? Hamster wheel, working everything together, strength, 11. This is 24, 6 spades. She doesn't like Meghan, that's for sure. Meghan, 2 diamonds, 8 hearts, 7 hearts. Everything is wide open, transformation. I don't think so. 10 hearts, very emotional going forward. Well, we're going to ask the sticks, because I can't interpret that spread. Yes, no, yes, no. I haven't cleared them this morning. Love the Lord your God with all your heart, mind, soul, and strength. Okay. Did the Queen actually call Meghan evil so that people could hear it? Yes, she actually did. Yes, she did. So what are we seeing here? Yes, she did. So over the long term, working everything together in the foundation. The Queen is just working tirelessly for the crown. Meghan, diamond ring, connected. Everything changed with her and her direction. 15, 17, 5 hearts. It's just weird that Meghan's side is so red. I mean, she needs to be at least faux offended. And it's an emotional statement, very emotional on an ongoing basis. 15-4 clubs. It just kind of slipped out. So the Queen actually did. The Queen actually did say that, and it is accurate. It's not just a news headline to grab clicks. So who was this Grim Reaper? I believe that this Grim Reaper was actually a spirit and foretelling that Charles will not be very long on the earth, and that he will probably, he'll probably have a heart attack. That's what it's looking like to me in the cards. He's not going to be king very long. He's probably going to have a heart attack. And all that high blood pressure it's not good for you, bro. It's not good for you. You need to go jogging or something. It's not good for you. So was the plume blockage intended? Absolutely. Absolutely. This was very carefully planned. What about the Dior suit? What was Harry's involvement with the Dior suit? It was kind of foisted upon him. Harry wanted to wear his military outfit. He was not allowed to. I'm sure he was fighting it out. And then behind the scenes, Meghan and the other people are working against him behind his back. And here's this suit you're going to wear. And he's probably just too tired from all the fighting to do it. And the Queen actually did call Meghan evil. That's how I see it. I'm Joseph Magi. Don't forget to smash that like button and subscribe and comment. I'm Joseph Magi, author of Playing Card Divination and Fortune Telling, the Magi Method, and I'll see you next time.